welcome to our next video session on FX Papi Institute. Now folks, this video tutorial is going to be really insightful and informative. So I would like you to subscribe, like, and share to your friends as well. Now folks, we're still going to be talking about market structure because I still want you guys to understand the full concepts about market structure. Now we're going to just have a little recap of what we did last week. So last week we talked about market structure and the definition of market structure. I said that market structure is the study of market behavior and is this critical skill that will allow you to use the right price action strategies in the right market conditions. And then we talked about the types of market structure, which are trending, ranging, and consolidation. And then I explained the trending structure, which I said the trending market is a market that has higher highs and higher lows in an uptrend and also has lower highs and lower lows in a downtrend. So I also gave some examples here which you can see. Then for a downtrend right here which you can see. And then I defined the ranging market, and here are some examples of the ranging markets. Then I also talked about consolidation, whereby a consolidation occurs when the market is trapped in an ever narrowing area, and in this case it actually has no direction. Now after a consolidation or after a ranging, there is always one thing that has to happen, and that is called a breakout. Now the market cannot just keep ranging forever, no matter what time frame you are. There will always be a breakout of a particular zone, and after a breakout there is something that also occurs, which is called repricing or retesting. So folks, today we are going to be talking about the concepts of breakouts and repricing. So before we go further, please, I would like you once again to subscribe, share, and share this channel to your friends, because this knowledge has to really be shared. It's not something to keep to yourself. It's not something to keep to yourself. So share to your friends. Let them know what's happening. Let them know the importance of this, because forex is not just a game. It's a skill. It's a skill that can really serve you for a very long time. Okay, and it's really pays. Okay, so if you're new to this, forex is not just a game, it's a skill. Okay, don't take it as something that's just a something that you just come and think you can start making profits like that. It's a skill. before before you before you before you begin doing something, you have to learn about it. Okay, so this is a skill that can really help you out, in fact from generations to come. So I'd like you guys to really subscribe and share this video. Alright, let's move forward. Now here's the definition of a breakout. A breakout is when price moves away from a market structure. Now This um, breakout can occur whether it's a break from a resistance or from a support, or a break from a consolidating market, or a break from a range, a horizontal resistance or a horizontal support. Okay, now when the market makes new highs, that's breaking. It keeps breaking the structure higher, higher, higher. And when it makes new lows, it keeps breaking the structures lower, lower, lower. Okay, now after a breakout, there's something that always occur which is very, very important in the marketplace. It is called repricing or retesting. Now, repricing is when price comes back to retest the point of breakout, the point where the market broke out from, the most recent point where the market broke out from. That is where price, that is where repricing takes place. Okay, the market would, after breaking out, the market would return to the point of that breakout. Okay, now I'm going to show you some examples in the next slides. All right, this is an example of breakout and retest. Now, as you guys can see here, this is a a ranging market. Price was ranging horizontally from horizontal resistance to horizontal support, and then you can see the breakout. You can see the breakout. After the breakout occurred, it came back to reprice. Okay, this is very, very important and crucial in the marketplace. Okay, after a breakout, there will always be retesting. Okay, price has to come back to price has to come back to 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 gather liquidity from the point of breakout. It is very, very important. Okay, now the institutions and banks, they can't just leave price open like that and just keep pushing it higher, higher, higher. Okay, unless let's say there's a news event or something. That's only when you can see price just keep pushing the market higher, higher, higher. Price must always come back to a particular zone to fill up. Okay, it might be it might come back to retest the high of an old the high of an old high, or the low of an old low, or the high of a range or the low of a range, or maybe something called a fair value gap. You guys would understand that further as you follow up my tutorials. I'm going to explain every concept. Okay, so price always comes back to fill up something. It must always come back to fill up something. It can't just keep going higher, 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 higher like that. Maybe unless it's on a daily time frame, or sometimes breakouts after a breakout, sometimes it might actually take time to retest. Okay, but a repricing must always occur. That's the only way banks can banks and institutions can be able to gather liquidity. Here's an example of a breakout structure and the repricing on a trending market. As you can see, after the market broke from the resistance zone, after market broke from the resistance zone, it came back to retest that resistance, and it now became the new support. Now, if you look, it now started trending. It broke a new high, retested, breaking that high, and retesting. This is how a proper trending market moves. Then here is break out of a resistance zone and repricing. You can see it right here. Alright folks, now we are going to go into the chart now to show you guys some egg examples on how it really occurs. The breakout and retesting really occurs on the chart. So I will see you on the charts in the next slide. Alright folks, you're welcome back. You're welcome to the next slide. Now today we're going to be using the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen pair, and we're going to be using the daily charts. So I'm going to be, as you can see, this is a trading view. We're going to use the backtesting tool on the trading view so you guys could see how the market retests live as the market moves. Okay, so this is my backtesting tool I'm going to use. All right, now folks, as you can see, take a look at this high. I want you guys to pay attention to this high where this green line is. As you can see, the price made a breakout right there. The price made a breakout right there. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for a retesting to occur, because after a break on market structure there will always be a retest. Okay, now when I say a break of market structure, any type of any break of any of the types of market structure we have, like the trending, the ranging, or the consolidating, those are market structure. So when I say break of market structure, it can be a break from any of those types. Now in this case, you can see that there are equal highs there, equal highs which are resistance, and you can see that the price broke out of that zone. Let me properly arrange the line so you can see it. Yes, that's it. Now you can see it. See the breakout. After a breakout, we are waiting for the retesting. Let's go further. All right, you can see that. You can see that. That's really magnificent. Now you can see that as price broke away from that zone, it came back to retest. Now let's take a look at this zone as well. Let's take a look at this zone. Sorry, I drew it on the wrong place. Let me take it back. Alright, take a look at that zone. That zone right there. That zone is also a resistance zone that price broke out from. Let's see if price will come back to retest that zone, because what we want to see is price coming back to retest that zone. Okay, because that's your job as a trader. As a trader, you are waiting, you are looking at zones that has high sensitivity, zones whereby the market has broken out from, and then you're waiting for it to be retested. Okay, so now let's see if this market was retested later on. Okay, it seems that zone was not retested. Let's keep going further to see what happens. All right, folks. As we can see, price did not return to that the zone we were expecting it to come to. Let's just put our horizontal line here and at this support. Let's see what's going to happen further as we go further in future. Okay, now price has taken the highs. Price has not taken the highs. Okay. All right. Now, before we continue, mm, now that price has broken this structure here, the highs of this market, this high over here, we are waiting for a retest of the market. Now, as you can see, the market has retested and reacted beautifully, but there are in many cases whereby a market would retest, react, and would later change direction. Now that usually happens when the market breaks a low. Like, take for example, the market is trending on a higher high and a higher low, and then all of a sudden we see a reversal where the market would break the most recent higher low, and then it would now change direction. So let's see if this is going to happen in that. Let's see if this is going to happen here. Oh wow, as you can see, it did. It did, and it did that massively. It broke down massively. Okay. Now, for the fact that that has happened, it then means that this market has reversed. Okay. The market has reversed because it broke this low. Hold on, now coming. Let me take this. Let me take this line off. Yes, because it has now broken that low. You can see it. The market was trending. The market was trending in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You can see that is quite clear. It's very, very clear there. Okay, and then all of a sudden we see a break down. Price just broke the structure down. This one that I marked here. Initially, that structure, sorry about that, my connection was a bit poor. Now, initially, once market breaks out of that, out of a low, okay, we are going to have a retest. Okay, now let's see if price will come to retest that low. Now, once price comes to retest that low, we would be selling short, and where we are going to take our profits is at this support zone here. Let me take this up here. We'll be taking our profit at that support zone there. So let's see if it's going to reach. Okay, all right, it has approached. Now we have taken our sell trade. Now we will be taking our trade the moment price comes to retest that low. Now folks, listen, this can happen on any time frame. Okay, whether it's on the daily, whether it's on the 15 minutes or 30 minutes, even on the 5 minutes. Okay, all you have to first consider is what trend is on the daily. Is the daily a bullish trend or a bearish trend? Okay, now if it's bullish, you follow it up like that on a lower time frame. Okay, and then if it's bearish, you follow it up like that on a lower time frame as well. So let's let's continue going further. Let's see if price will get to that zone there. This high, the high where it came back to retest, is also a new high, so we'll take note of that. All right. Wow. Wow, this was indeed massive. Now, price did not get to our price did not get to our take profit. Okay, price didn't get to our take profit, and then as you can see, the market later on reversed. Okay, so I said this is a new high as well. This is a new high, a very, very important high. Now, as you can see, the high where we took our entry was broken. The high where we took our entry was broken, because this market has been on a bullish structure. Okay, it has been on a bullish structure, making only higher highs and higher lows. This was just, how would I say it, this move down was just a short-term retracement. Okay, it was just a short-term retracement, which means that where this our green line is, the 72.955, is a very strong support level. Okay, now the market has now broken that high over there, so let's pay attention to this zone here. Let's pay attention to this zone. Pay attention to this zone. Let me move this rectangle. Let me see if I can move this rectangle. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to put a new one there, or I'll use a trend line instead. Okay, now take a look at this zone right here. That zone is also a resistance zone. Okay, that zone is also a resistance zone. So now that we have this high broken, this high here, our recent high where the trend line was, we would expect the price to come back to retest that zone, and we will be buyers there. Okay, that's where we will be buying. So let's go. Okay, as you can see, price did not really reach it. This was the zone I would have marked out. That zone right there, that's the zone I would have marked out, because price will always tend to retest the most recent highs and the most recent lows that it has broken out from. Okay, pay attention to that. It is very important. Price will only come back to retest the most recent highs and the most recent low. Okay, so in this case, it did retest this zone. So let's go further. There's a zone up there as well. All right, let's wait for a retest to that zone. See if price will retest it. Sorry, my connection is a bit slow. Connection is a bit slow today. Okay, let's proceed. All right, this is beautiful. As you can see, it retested that zone, and as soon as it took a retest, it now went bullish. That's very, very beautiful. Now, now as you can see, it also retested this zone that it broke out from. You can see it right there. Look at how it took a retest there and it went up beautifully. Okay, so folks, please, whatever I teach you here, okay, now I'm actually just the example I'm just giving you here a bullish breakout and retest. And even the first example I gave where the market broke out from that resistance zone. Now it can also happen the other way around, vice versa, which is on a bearish market as well. Okay, so I don't want to bore you too much. I don't want to bore you too much. Okay, so let's just make one more example. So let's see what price is going to give us. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at that zone. This is a resistance that has now turned to a new support zone. So now let's take a buy entry here. Okay, let's take a buy entry here. Just an imaginary buy entry. Okay, here, that's where our buy entry will be. Okay, because price has retested that zone. Okay, now you can see it. Beautiful, very beautiful. Now all we have to do is wait for price to break the old high, or which it has already done. This is beautiful, wonderful. Okay, so folks, um, just so you know, this can also happen on a selling market as well. Okay, whatever I teach you here, if I give you bullish examples, if I give you bullish examples, go to your charts, look for bearish examples on your own as well. Okay, and look for all these examples which are given to you on the chart. You see that they always happen. It always repeats itself. Okay, it always repeats itself. So whenever a market breaks out from any kind of zone, whether it's a range, whether it's a trending market, or whether it's an upward trending market or a downward trending market or a consolidation, there will always be a retest. Okay, there will always be a retest. So my next video, I'm going to give you guys more examples. I'm going to give you guys more examples on this. Okay, so I'm going to drop my Telegram link in the my free Telegram channel in the YouTube description. So if you want to follow me up for more updates on trading on a day-to-day basis, you can join my channel on Telegram. There I post analysis, I post weekly analysis, and I give trading updates there as well. So I will see you guys on Saturday again. Until next time, I wish you good luck and